Welcome back, crafty friends. Today, this is the super cute card we are making today. I love how this has turned out. It is adorable. The inspiration for this card is one of Pinkfresh's new releases for July called Block Party. And it is a inlay die here that also includes a coordinating stencil that can give you this fun, creative background. It was really fun to play with these. So we're gonna make this card today. And of course, at the end, I will have a couple of other bonus cards featuring these products as well. There are some additional products in this card, and you will see a little bit more about those as we go. All right, stay tuned. Okay, for this look today, we are going to start off with that Block Party stencil. I've got my Altenew sticky mat here, and I'm using a A2 card panel. So that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. There are 5 stencils in this set, and this is such a cute stencil. I really love this. There are little marks here around the corner, so that can help you to line up that stencil. Although for things like this, I really like to use the Altenew Stamp Wheel Center Alignment Guides. I use these for so many things, and this is one of them. It just helps, even though there's markers on there, it just makes it that much easier to go ahead and add that next stencil. So as you see here, I'm pointing to the edges of this stencil, because for this look today, I am only going to be shading in the border on this stencil using Sweet Mustard from Pinkfresh Studio and this Altenew blending brush. I picked this one because that way I didn't have to tape off anything. It's not gonna get ink all over the place, but I'm just doing the outer edge of that stencil on each layer, and then I'm using the exact same color every time so that it's going to create this fun kind of patterned yellow border. I kind of picked the yellow since it went the best with the flowers that we'll be adding here in a little bit. We've got that lun. I'm loving how this is turning out. To give it a little something extra, I am using a new to me product from Altenew. It's their Iridescent Glitter Relief Paste. And this is really fun. I'm just gonna apply it right over that. It's gonna give this really iridescent glow over that yellow and just add a little something extra to it. I am just using it my finger here. I thought that would kind of be the easiest to keep it over that yellow. It's not gonna matter if it gets a little bit on the white border in between the colors, because we will be adding a dye over that. But I love that really pretty shine here that you see. And now for the coordinating dye for this, since this is an inlay die and it has lots of details, I personally find putting some wax paper in between the die and cardstock works the best to get a really clean cut for dies like this one. It pops out really easily off the die, and it also makes all of those pieces come out super easily. I hate having to fuss with this, so I find this is a really great trick. So I am adding this on with some liquid adhesive. That way I've got a little bit of wiggle room here once I get that attached to make sure it's lined up well. And as you see here, that sparkle just kind of comes through. And I'm attaching this to an A2 card base, a top folding, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I am just gonna be attaching this with some Barely Art liquid glue. And now it is time for those florals. So for this florals, I'm showing you here the set that I use. It's called Floral Frenzy by Pinkfresh. This is not something that you can get. This came from one of their Connect and Create kits, but they sell other products like this. So if you look on here, there's these little triangles in the die, and they're also here on the stencil. So they have other products like this available, and this is their kind of die stencil combo. And so when you die cut these stenciled flowers, you get no white space. And so they're a really cool product, and they have other ones available. The sentiment in this set is from the Retro Camp Days, which is also in this release. But like I was saying about those die cuts, they're super cute. They have other floor ones available on their website, but I did kind of want to show just that availability that they have. Now for the sentiment, I went ahead and die cut out with the background to have some foam there to attach that, just to kind of lift that up. Now for the flowers, I'm going to go ahead and do some liquid glue on the back flowers. That way I can have these glued directly onto that card base, and then they'll give me a chance to kind of play around with the other ones and add some different foam tape just to give it a little bit more dimension. Since it is a bouquet of flowers, I like to be able to pop those up just a little bit more here. That way they kind of have some nice interest. But I think these flowers turned out really nice. I like that ability to do that stenciling with whatever colors you want and then not have that white space. I think it's just a really nice look, and I'm glad they have some products that do that. Now, as I kind of figure out how I'm wanting these to go, I want the bouquet just kind of here in the center of the card. And then I plan to attach the sentiment up on that foam tape. And then I'll be putting that right over the stems at the bottom, which will kind of just tie that look in together, as well as kind of help hold down some of those stems and keep a little bit more of this in place. And so originally I thought I was going to need to cut out part of that foam to kind of give a little opening, but I actually decided not to do that. Since the stems were laying pretty flat on the card to begin with, I decided just to leave it all popped up there and to just kind of attach it there in the center. I love a lot of the sentiments from the different releases from this month. Like I'm using this one from the camping kit for flowers. They just have a lot of really fun sentiments, and so I enjoyed working with these products. Now that we are getting this put together, let's go ahead and take a look at the final look. Okay, final look at this really cute card. I love this. Y'all, this die and stencil combo is super cute, and I didn't mention this, so I added the sparkle there. I had some similar glitter iridescent embossing powder from Michaels. You probably couldn't even get it anymore. I did put that over the black so it gives just a little bit of sparkle. I think this one turned out super cute. Now I made a couple other things using this stencil and die, and so here I kind of did something similar in the sense that I only kind of stenciled in part of it, but I did take that die other way up, so you still have that texture on the rest of it, but then I just colored this in. And for this card I use my color cube inspiration here to come up with these colors. I think this turned out really cute. The thanks, and I believe this came from the Woodland Trails set. Those sentiments and the thanks, and this one here and little flowers is from an older Pinkfresh set, but I think this is also a super cute way to do this. And then for the last one, it is super sparkly and fun and bright. I love this one. I did the whole stencil on the background for this one. I added a cute little "You Are Doing Amazing Things," some clear gems. This is some iridescent cardstock, y'all, from Michaels. I had it in my stash and I thought it was perfect for this. Now this has a frame on the card. So for these, this is a Pinkfresh set called Shadow Box Frames, and that creates this fun frame here that you can put together. And so I did attach it to a top floating card base, so you could put a message there if you want, or really my thought was it would be really cute to send to a friend for them to kind of put up on their space with like a little encouraging message. And for this one, I used this color cube 704 Rainbow for my inspiration for these colors, and I think these turned out super cute. All right, y'all will have to let me know in the comments which one is your favorite and if you picked up this set from Pinkfresh. Like I said, I've got the retro camp video coming out if it has not already. Like I said, I'm not sure which one will do which. And some other stuff. I'm very excited, so be on the lookout. If you enjoyed this tutorial, I would appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up and would subscribe. I upload crafty videos every week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.